Cheers, everybody. Welcome to another Catch Up with Mayo. This time, 4 o'clock, usually 4 o'clock, not just this time. Saturday afternoon, it's 4 o'clock Eastern. That's usually when I'm here on October the 4th, 2025. And I see we got people already lined up, which I really appreciate. So let's talk and see what's going on. First, we're going to say hello to Gary. Hi, Gary, and hello to Dr. Rick. Hello, Ramoga. How are you? James Farley. Hello. Okay, and Martin says, just a second while I pour a Crown Royal and Coke. All right. Okay, Gary said, Joe, did you say you didn't like your haircut? I think it looks good. A lot of people say they think it looks good. I don't like it. I don't like haircuts. What can I tell you? I like longer hair. But I have hair. That's the main thing. So there you go. Hello, Miguel. What's going on? Hello, George. Cheers to you. And what's on everybody's mind today? It's funny. It started out very cold today. I think it was like 50 degrees, 50-something degrees. This is October weather. But then it got warmer, and later on in the day wound up going up to 80 degrees, and I think now it's about 77. I have the air conditioner on from the living room, and I leave the door open a little bit so the air conditioner will come in. It's comfortable in here. I'm comfortable. Hi, Mad Team. Good to see you here, joining us in the Peanut Gallery. Appreciate it. Yeah, this is a Spenguli t-shirt, exactly. I should really be wearing this on my, you can't see it. I can't go all the way back to the chair. But I should really be wearing this on my horror channel, movie channel, but I'll get around to that. Okay. Yes, okay. I don't know much about who's running for the World Series today or anything. So there we go. Okay, this morning it was 49. Now it's 81. Whiplash. Richard, it's not the same thing. A lot of people love to do that. They bring up they think that I'm somehow against the idea of anybody performing somebody else's songs, or should Beatles tribute bands do Paul songs? Should Ringo be able to do a Paul song? They miss the whole point of the Lennon McCartney thing. I didn't start that. Paul started that, really. The whole Lennon McCartney thing. Okay, Pirate Gamer Boy, what's up? Glad you're streaming since I haven't been in the best mood. Wow, so you're saying that my streaming can maybe cheer you up a bit. I hope so. Hello, Bobby. What's going on? Am I getting the Abbey Road green vinyl from Target on October 10th? No, I'm afraid I'm not. I don't get everything anymore. Not every color, not every reissue of everything. But I just want to remind everybody that October 10th is the release of the John Lennon Power to the People set. The box set, the single CD, the double CD, the vinyl, the whole shebang. Okay, hello, Andrea. Thank you so much for saying hi. Really appreciate it. Okay, the Detroit Tigers advanced in the playoffs. That's okay. I know Tom Hagnotti was a little worried about that, I think. Hi, James. Good afternoon to you as well. Hello, PK. Peak. Oh, Solo Mayo. Yeah, solo right now. Pretty sure there was a green vinyl of Abbey Road in the 70s. Yeah, how many things can you have, really? Do you think that Sir Paul will ever do Uncle Albert live this late in the game? Well, anytime people ask me if you could pick one song that you'd like Paul to do from his catalog, what would it be? I always say Uncle Albert. Now, to do Uncle Albert at this point in his life, I don't know. Plus, Linda McCartney was such a vital part of that song. You need her harmonies on there. I think Linda's an essential part of that song, and I've always loved Linda's harmonies. Now, Um, I don't know if they could pull it off with maybe somebody else doing the sound of Linda or not. Oh, thank you, James. Appreciate it. I don't know. It needs to be a little longer, I think. But thank you. Well, I personally think that Jackson should quit because it's just Marlon and Jackie. Okay, well, I'm sorry. I wasn't really thinking of it, Richard. Let me get more in tune with that. I would say that, no, it's ridiculous. Without Michael Jackson, come on. That's ridiculous. You need Michael, PK. I got to remember this. PK. 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 The letter K. It's the letter, right? P and K. But I think PE is really PK. Anyway. I started a small purge of vinyl. My shelves still look full. I was thrilled to get $250 for not that many records. Yeah, I sold a little stack of records the other day. I got $70. Amongst them were 4 or 5 really mint mono albums by the Animals. So I love the Animals. I mean, I like the Animals, but I don't need all the vinyl anymore. It's the vinyl I'm trying to cut down on in some cases. Yeah. Definitely. You know that. People know I'm doing that. I go back and forth. I get rid of some vinyl, then I buy more vinyl. And I'm not talking about Beatles and solo Beatles. I'm talking about other artists, really. I know in the 70s there was a mispressing of a white album in Canada. I think where one of the sides was a side from the Love Songs album instead. Okay. If I hear anyone else complaining about Paul singing Help at the beginning of the show, I'm going to scream. Well, I think I'm done because I did not 1, not 2, but 3 videos on it. And in the third video, which is you can look at, which has the tag on it, the final chapter. I think the way I look at this is it's a trilogy. It's a trilogy of videos I did. A trio. And I think I said it best, in my opinion, in the third and last one, the final chapter, which I should have said in the first one. I've been spending a few days, with listening to comments from people, answering questions, giving more opinions, and trying to figure how I'd like to capsulize it, sum it up, summarize it. And I think I did that. Screw the Yankees. I mean, are you telling me they're in it again? Are they in it again in the running for the World Series? Screw them. Let's see. I remember it. K. I remember it. It's PK. No problem, PK. You don't have to do that. I'll remember it. I will. I'm very excited for both the Rhino Hi-Fi and Super Deluxe Edition of the Monkees' best album, in my opinion. Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, and Jones Limited. I've heard about this. Definitely have heard about this. So I'm not interested. I like the Monkees, but I'm not that gung-ho about getting that. But I do like them. Is Paul McCartney, hello Jim, is Paul McCartney the chap who joined the Quarrymen in 1957? He was also in Wings. I think that's the guy. I think it is, right? You love the Animals. I like Eric Burden quite a bit. I do. A trio of McCartney videos I've made. Hello, Yorkie girl. Marianne, how are you? Haven't heard anything about the Fest for Beatles fans, but there is one in New Jersey. It's called a Rubber Soul Symposium or something like that. Anybody know about this? I'm still trying to decide whether I'm going to go. It's going to be November 6th, 7th, and 8th, I think. November 6th, 7th, and 8th. Look it up. Ken Womack is running it. And it's a Rubber Soul celebration, but there were a lot of panel discussions and a lot of talks. I'm not on any of them. And I have an opportunity to go, and I haven't decided yet if I'm going to go. If I go, it'll be last minute. But it's November 6th, I think, and 7th and 8th. I think the band could handle Linda's part on Uncle Albert. I'm not so sure Paul could handle Paul's part. Well, there you go. I always say the same thing about Paul. I think it's fantastic that people can still go. Andy Nichols, from Two Legs, he's going tonight. He's in Nevada. I think he's going to see Paul in Nevada tonight. He's there. And that's going to be very exciting. And I think it's still great. I still want to make it clear to sit in an audience with Paul, breathing the same air in a room or a stadium, whatever it may be, with other people, everybody's pumped, and you see one of the greats, the legend Paul McCartney up there formerly of the Beatles, and he's doing the songs, I would love it. Absolutely love it. I do love it. However, I'm honest when I say that his voice is shot, but that doesn't matter to everybody because the people just get really into the moment. And when you hear everybody singing together in that venue, it's a great time. That's, for the most part, that's how it goes. Exactly. Then there's a new one. Paul sings "Help: A New Beginning." Exactly. He's doing a joke about the Friday the 13th horror movie series. I called the last Paul video the final chapter, "Help," right? They said that with Friday the 13th, the final chapter, part 4. They went on to go make 7 or 8 more of them. And they called the next one "A New Beginning." Okay, speaking of Wacko Jacko, I recently put on Thriller, remembered how much I enjoyed The Girl Is Mine with Macca. Well, better you than me, man. I don't love The Girl Is Mine. Well, some New York team has got to get in. Yeah. Doing pretty good. Yeah, the Rubber Soul thing is in November. If I live closer, I'd go. Yeah, that's what it comes down to, Hello, Douglas. Thanks for joining. My compulsion is collecting is that I usually have 5 or more of each album. The good thing is when I purge, I still have other copies. Yeah, I have a lot of doubles and triples of certain albums, mostly Beatles, of course. But Paul can sing what he wants to. He don't have to answer to nobody. Well, that's a silly response, because nowhere in any of the videos or comments I've ever made have I ever suggested that it's like illegal. Paul can sing illegally. There's no law against him performing it. There is a moral thing, I think. And also, as I said, we're going to regurgitate a lot of this. I'm expecting we're going to regurgitate a lot of this here, or I'm going to regurgitate it, and the comments too. But yeah, sure, absolutely. And if I hear him do Help, despite my videos, I would love hearing him do Help. It'd be fun to see a Beatle in there doing a Beatles song. But anyway, Paul's the one who set the goalpost. He's the one who said he was concerned about who wrote what, and Lennon McCartney, changed it to McCartney Lennon. I didn't do that. Okay, you're going to see Paul in November, and that's Pittsburgh, of course, right? I have a thing where, honestly, I only want to own 1 pressing of each vinyl album. In most cases, that's fine. Well, see, Richard's honest. He says, but he sounds really bad. But, you just enjoy it for what it is. Okay, I saw a clip of Macca singing "Let Him In" recently. His voice has definitely gone. He must really enjoy touring. Presumably, he's not doing it for the money. Well, that's what I've said for years. Paul obviously has enough money, but he's been performing, writing, entertaining people, being on stage since he's like a teenager. And this man is 83. He doesn't know anything else. He loves it. I really believe that Paul tours because he loves it. He enjoys it. It's his life force. And I believe he actually likes getting the reaction from the audience. He likes to entertain. He likes to make people happy. He likes the accolades. Paul, I love you, Paul. Nothing wrong with that. And money's really got nothing to do with it, even though he'll take it. He'll take the money, but I don't think that's not anywhere near why he does it. And I think that as somebody gets older, I could even feel it in my early 60s. You got to keep active. You got to keep moving. You got to keep on. You can't just sit sedentary. Yeah, your hair is still dark. Mine has been gray for years. Well, I touched it up. I don't hide that. Every time I get a haircut, I touch it up a bit. Yeah, I have to do that. It's my choice. It's a matter of personal grooming, personal presentation, not anything else. There you go. I'm sure the Beatle Babe will be very excited about the Monkees release. Speaking of her, I haven't seen her on your streams lately. I did a show with her recently, if you look back a few weeks, where we did something about anthology. We've done that. Um, she hasn't popped up in a while. You're out there. You're going to pop up in this stream and say hello. Be my guest. Mikey Arugula. This is Mikey Arugula, everybody. Let's bring the house down for Mikey. Ticket prices for the show have dropped dramatically. Front floor section, $700. Really? Wow. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Is there still time for us to go? Is there still time for us to go to Pittsburgh or something? Okay, I have read several people insist on the idea of Paul performing Carnival of Light live. For me, that's a dumb idea. It may never happen. It's like asking Paul to perform You Know My Name. I tell you, You Know My Name, from what I've heard, would be like performing Hey Jude compared to singing Carnival of Light, or performing, I should say, Carnival of Light. Hello, Alan. What's going on? I'm most likely going to the Rubber Soul Fest since it's only 35, 40 minutes from my house. I want to make it clear, Mikey Arugula is here too. He wants me to go. There's a good chance that I will go. But, I'll probably decide as we get into November, Hello, Uncle Paul. Uncle Paul's Playhouse, Beatles Pop Playhouse. What's going on? Hello, Mike. Hello, Mike. Mike Wall Jasper. I never liked The Girl Is Mine. Yes, Abe Laboro Jr. is still Paul's drummer. Yes. Didn't he sing Lennon's songs in concert as a tribute to John? If you mean Paul McCartney, yes, he has. He has done wonderful tributes to John. Yes. Yes, there is a version of I Want You sung by Paul when the Beatles were recording. Yes, and there's a version of I'm So Tired sung by Paul also. And some songs that John sings that are Paul songs. Joe, before you got into the Beatles, what was your favorite kind of music? Glam rock? Oh, I don't remember. I've been into the Beatles since I was a kid, so I don't really know. I've always liked in the 70s. We're talking about the 70s now. Top 40. I've always liked top 40 radio hits, mainstream, current radio stuff. That's what I like. I like hits, super hits of the 70s. When Michael Jackson owned the Beatles songs, did the remaining members have to pay royalties? I don't know. And I do like bubblegum music very much. I'm proud of it. Yeah, I do. I love bubblegum music. There you go. Hi, Andy. Paul's voice is not what it was, but do you reckon his bass and piano playing is still first class? I'm not a musician, but from what I can tell, sure. Yeah. There it is. Laborio. There's the spelling of Abe's name. Learn it. Know it. Live it. Have you ever been recognized in real life outside of places like the record store and conventions? Most of the time, people recognize me. It's either at a record store or at a Beatles convention. And I was recognized at Paul McCartney shows before and Ringo shows. People naturally they know me because that's where a lot of these people are going to be congregating. One time I was in a movie theater and somebody recognized me two times, 2 movie theaters. And that was interesting. Oh, Joe, excellent. You are wearing a Svengoolie shirt, and so am I for Saturday. Yeah, I forgot that tonight's Svengoolie night. I don't remember what he's playing tonight, but surprise, we're not getting Etc. on Anthology 4. Yes, I believe this is my favorite radio station, Blood Vessel. By the way, Blood Vessel, I was in the record store this past Sunday, and I missed you. I think I got in there after 1 o'clock or something. I missed you. But anyway, I'm not going to be able to make the record store this Sunday, tomorrow. I'm not going to be able to make it. But anyway, yeah, I love that station. And it is the best song. Oh, I don't know about that. The music I really love is jazz. I'm not so sure about that. I kind of agree with this guy here. Go for it.
Who put this on? It's just a random selection of notes in no particular order. For fuck's sake.
that kind of jazz I don't like, but some of the other jazz is not bad. I don't like that kind of jazz. Okay, cheers, folks. I got my classic alien green cup. How sweet it is. Hey, everybody. Anybody out there still not subscribed to my other channel? I have what I call a lifestyle channel. I call it Mayo's Retired Life, although it's not just about retirement. There's other things on there. If you like my rant videos, sometimes I do videos here where I rant about everyday irritants that we all can relate to, get us under our skin. That stuff is now going to be done only there. Anytime I have a new rant video, it's going to be at Mayo's Retired Life, if you're interested. Also, when I start doing a lot more videos with my friend Anthony, a lot of them are going to be over at the new channel too. So Anthony is going to move over there. There'll be some Anthony here and some Anthony there, when it's about lifestyle stuff and us talking about whatever. So please subscribe to Mayo's Retired Life. I do my Danny live streams. Me and my friend Danny, we go on live. That's every Friday morning, early, 8 a.m. Eastern, but you can watch the playback, So thank you all. I really would appreciate it. Let's go up. Let's see. Hold on. Are you going to get the new Taylor Swift album? No, I'm not. No. Oh, I'm not going to. I've never seen The Ghost of Mr. Chicken. That's a Don Knotts comedy. I do like Don Knotts. Think he was a funny guy, but I'm not going to see that. I don't think. So that's not, I won't be watching that. All right, let's see now. Do you have any detention center live streams coming up? Well, I'm going there tomorrow morning. Lately, what I've been doing is anytime I go there, and for those who don't know or don't remember, what I do is I have to go. It's this place that I go to. It's not really detention. It's what I call it. It's a classroom I got to be at, and I go there pretty much every Tuesday. Although this coming Tuesday, I'm going to miss it. I will not be there this Tuesday, but most Tuesdays I'm there, and I'm there Tuesday evenings. And sometimes I'm there on a Sunday. I go on Sunday mornings, 2 Sundays a month. All right. And not every Sunday. And I used to do live streams like this from there. Now I just don't do anything. I just talk to some friends on the phone. I make phone calls. We talk for 2 hours. I'm there for about 2 to 3 hours. I either talk on the phone. Also, I watch some videos. I've been watching or live streams. Sometimes I watch Rachel's Ghost. The timing's perfect because she just happens to be on the same days. She's on Sunday, Rachel, and she's also on Tuesday evening. So sometimes I'll watch that. So I don't do live streams from there anymore, but I'm thinking about it, I don't know. In order to do that, I really have to take my laptop here and move it, carry it up there, and I really don't want to do all that. But are any of the records from that big haul you got years ago, certain jazz and big band stuff, part of the purge? Nobody would want that stuff. The stuff I still have a lot of that. If I was going to get rid of it, I'd have to throw some of it away. Well, not throw it away. I would. Don't get scared. No, I would donate it or just trade it or just give it away because I don't think it's worth anything. Yeah, Whatever Happened to Baby Jane is a good movie. So is the movie Them. I like Whatever Happened to Baby Jane and Them. I've never seen Arachnophobia. So how's the neck? It's the same. I don't know. I mean, I did go to a orthopedic doctor. When was it? Earlier in the week. And I had some arthritis, which I knew on the X-ray. And I'll talk more about this stuff if you want to find out more about my health. The other channel that I do, Mayo's Retired Life, when we talk live streams with Danny, that's more about health and living and all these little things, aches and pains, whatever, So that's on there. But it's okay, I guess. It's nothing serious. It's just annoying. So what about Say Say Say? Do you dislike that too? No, I don't. I've never disliked Say Say Say. I like that song. I think it's pretty good. Got to be honest. It's The Girl Is Mine is really, silly, but Say 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 is fun. I do have an answer for this. You say I'm not sure if it's possible to answer this, but if you had to pick, what would your favorite Honeymooners episode be? Mine would be when Ralph is laid off and Alice gets a job. So funny, and you could tell Bill and Ted and Alice, whatever their names are, Bill and Ted, and I forget their names. But anyway, my favorite episode is called "Oh My Aching Back." It's when Ralph is supposed to take a company physical, and Alice does not want Ralph to bowl, but he sneaks out and bowls anyway and hurts his back, and then he's got to pretend that his back doesn't hurt and all this kind of stuff. That's my favorite one. But they're all solid. All the Honeymooners is solid. No, I the only thing I really fool around with is a little bass now and then, and here it is right here. It's my little bass, and that's the most that I bother with when it comes to that. And you knew that answer. You knew that was going to come up, Richard. You knew that. It's probably been asked, but any upcoming record store videos? Finally, I can say yes. Here's the thing with the record store videos, as I often say. It's a totally different world. Those record store videos are very scarce because it's just not, things change in life. Things move on. There's not much to record anymore, to be honest with you. But today I was there, I recorded a little bit of stuff. I have enough insignificant, inconsequential stuff to make a video that's like 6 minutes or something, 7 minutes. I don't know, 8 minutes. I don't know, 8 minutes. What can I say? Bazooka Joe, even though he's doing pretty good, Bazooka Joe isn't he doesn't hang around the store anymore. He's not in the videos. Don is still in the videos, but he doesn't come into the store. Most of what I get with him, most of it, some of it is in, but most of it's outside the store. There's just nothing going on. So I have to record stuff like today, there were some records that came in. So I say, hey, look at these records that came in, and we get that. The other day, a collection of old 78 records came in, a lot of jazz, bebop. So I said, look at this. We got some bebop records, some jazz, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. There's not that much crazy stuff going on anymore, But I have enough that I think I can make a video. Let's put it that way. I didn't know Rachel was back. I missed the days of having a wrench. Yeah, her channel is called Ghost 2 now. That's why people can't find it. Which bubblegum bands do you like? Beats me. I mean, what's bubblegum bands? Most of what I like, I don't know. The Sweet. I'm not going to say the Archies. How about, what is it? The Fruit Company? What is 1910 Fruit Company? Ohio Express. It's basically hit singles, like bubblegum singles, not so much bands or groups, just the occasional bubblegum single here and there. Okay, hello, Lila. Is Paul becoming an easy target because he's been around so long, whereas the other stories have ended? I don't know about that. I don't know. I wish I could give you a better answer. I don't know what to make of that. Whatever happened to Baby Jane wasn't fiction. Betty Davis and Joan Crawford were just replaying their real-life interactions. Yeah, they had a feud amongst the two of them. Hey, Ralph, it's good to see you. Smack on the back. Yeah, it's great. Are you watching the new Alien series on FX? No, I'm not. It's really made for a younger audience, but I'm slowly getting into it. No, I got so much stuff to watch. Damn. I've got hundreds of movies, horror movies that I got to watch. This is horror month. Over at my movie channel, which is Mr. Cinemayo, let's put that up too. This is my other channel. It's a movie channel, Mr. Cinemayo. I'm going to be putting horror movie and science fiction movie reviews up for the month of October because it's Halloween. So check out Mr. Cinemayo and subscribe, please. I would appreciate that as well. So we'll get back to good old shellacks. Shellac meaning the 78 records that break easily. Absolutely, they're shellac. And Joe, didn't you just love the Honeymooners episode where Ralph overheard they wanted him to become manager? Just wasn't clear on manager of what? Absolutely. Is that the baseball team one? I'm trying to remember. manager of the baseball team. There's a lot of great Lost Honeymooners episodes too, not just the main ones. Do you have any interest in real, like those guys, Bundy, Dahmer, all that? The answer is yes, I do. I mean, I like Forensic Files. There's a show called Forensic Files. I am fascinated by those people. I always want to know what makes a nut job tick in the head. It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to all of us, any normal people, as to why people do what they do. But it's fascinating to me, and that's why some people, forensic experts, and they take that kind of path in their career. I didn't. I didn't. But hello, Bo. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Ralph is the manager of a little league team. That's what that is. I'm sorry to disappoint you. No Outer Limits episodes for me yet. I'm sorry to say. The 1910 Fruit Gum Company. That was it. Yeah. Psychological thrillers are very interesting. Yep. Okay, people. I knew when the rumors went around that Rachel's ghost had stopped or disappeared from YouTube. You always know these YouTubers will be back. Can't stop. Yeah, it's true. No, I'm glad that Rachel's back. Definitely. I was disappointed that she wasn't here anymore. And she's now back under Ghost 2 with the Roman numeral 2. Yeah, I mean, it's not for everybody. Forensic Files. See, when people were talking about how somebody asked me how my neck was. You see, the thing too is it's not so much the neck; it's headaches. And when I say headaches, I'm talking about very slight headaches. I'm talking about hardly anything, but it's there now as I'm doing this. And I've learned that, like, see, when I do the shows, this is sitting back in the chair. This is me sitting back in the chair. I should do the show like this, right? Got to keep my head straight. Whenever I do the show, I lean forward like that, and I lean my neck forward. When I do that, the neck sends signals. At least that's how I understand it. I think they call it cervicogenic, and I get mild, nothing serious, nothing excruciating, but just annoying little twinges in the head. Sucks, but this has been going on it's starting the third month now. So we're getting things looked at. I'm supposed to start physical therapy the next week or two to see if any neck exercises can help that. Just to finish off that question. Let's see. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, Forensic Files is on YouTube. I have cable, so I watch it on there. Do you remember to be tie-dyed, he had a dispute with a few people and disappeared? I know he's on Doc's live stream, and I've been on there with him, and I've appeared with him. We're doing fine, he and I. So I have a friend who gets migraines and go blind with them and also throw up with them. Yeah, see, that's thank God it's not like that. It's not intense. It's not going blind. It's not throwing up. Wow, it's terrible. Nah, well, I've tried this with Don a few times, I've tried this with Don a few times. This is not, you can't. I had Don on a live stream. I used to go live at the record store sometimes, I really like how you don't catch any glare from your glasses on video. That's a cool look. Well, that's the thing. When I got these glasses, I made sure that they did not glare. Now, there's a problem with this. Because I have to get new glasses. I'm due for new glasses. I did get a pair of new glasses, but I didn't like them as much as this. And I can't see on the computer with the new glasses. Believe me, I'll get done with this in a second. Long story short, I'm wearing my old glasses primarily because I can see on the computer here. They're not progressives. They're bifocals. But these are so old. I look through the readers on the bottom and I can see the computer. And they don't glare. But there are others. The ones I got that I returned, my new ones that I didn't like in return, the glare wasn't so good. Glare protection wasn't good. Anyway, Outer Limits always freaked me out as a kid. Was the one with the ship of giant ants. Made my skin crawl. Okay. Will Anthology be worth watching? If you've never seen it before, most certainly it's worth watching. Hello, Ghosty. Thank you for showing up and saying hello. In order of preference, please rank Abbott and Costello, the Three Stooges, Laurel and Hardy, and the Little Rascals. I like that question. It's very hard. It's changed these days for me. I used to love the Three Stooges the best, not anymore. Okay. At this point in my life, after seeing them, I go Laurel. And I want to know what you think too, Ghosty. I want to know what your ranking is. Mine is, I'll go Laurel and Hardy first, Abbott and Costello second, Little Rascals third, and Stooges fourth. I can't believe the Stooges are last. In the case of the Three Stooges, I think the whole thing about them is I've just seen them too many times. I know all the shorts by heart, forward and backward. They're not funny anymore because of that. But I think I'm going to go Laurel and Hardy, Abbott and Costello, Rascals and Stooges. Although I could reverse that to Stooges Rascals. I might go Stooges Rascals. All right. Can you put your chin on each of your shoulders without it hurting? Let's find out. No, it hurts. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. It hurts, and not only does it hurt, a lot of cracking going on. What can I tell you? And when I talk to the guy, I know this doesn't interest everybody. We'll lose viewers here. But when I talked to the guy, I said to him, what do you think? You think it's been because I've been sleeping on the recliner for 3 years instead of a bed? And he said to me, I think it's more because you were a mailman. He thinks it's probably a mailman. Being a mailman, wearing a satchel and stuff like that over the years. Sorry to say this, but Don is a whack job. Actually, I think that considering how most homeless people can be, I think Don is actually pretty stable, actually. Oh, my God. Sorry to tell you, I've already wrapped some presents for friends for Christmas. It started. Well, it doesn't start here on this channel till Black Friday. By the way, speaking of record store, Black Friday or record store day, I don't know. Record store day, let's talk about. I'm interested I'm at the album. Let me shut this off here. Hold on. The album from Ringo from 2005 called Choose Love. It's one of my least favorite Ringo albums. I'll be honest with you. That particular album is coming out on vinyl for the first time. I want that on Record Store Day. Also, the Harrisons did it again, putting out shit. They're putting out Living in the Material World, Zoetrope version. They just had All Things Must Pass, Zoetrope. Now they're putting out All Things, Living in the Material World, Zoetrope. I'm done with the Zoetrope, okay? I don't want the Zoetrope versions. Yes, absolutely. I think that anthology is worth watching once every year or two. Absolutely. I think it's worth revisiting every year or two. Let's see. I have the same problem. My new glasses make it hard to see the distance to the computer. Yeah, that's the thing, these are old glasses, and because they've gotten weaker, I guess, the reading part is good enough. I can't just look straight from the top. If I keep my head straight like that, it's blurry because I'm looking through the distance. If I go like that and I look through the reader, that's when I can see it clear. And I shouldn't be able to see the computer with this. Got to figure out how to do this, Last cue. You're very nostalgic like I am. Did you watch Mad Men when it was on? No, I did not. I wish I could say yes to some of these, Have you seen the movie Vampires 1971? Again, no, that one I did not either. For some reason, in anthology, Ringo talking about two virgins really sticks out to me. That's a pretty funny story. The way Ringo tells the story about that is really funny, and I know what he says. It's funny. Do you like the Three Stooges episodes where they are out and about or when they stay home? Good question, Richard. It's the best question you've ever asked. I like what I call domestic stooges. There's nothing I like better than three stooges just in the house, wearing their regular clothes, trying to put a TV antenna up, or trying to paint some furniture, or trying to do their income taxes, or trying to cook a meal. You know what I mean? Or trying to work on a couch and trying to upholster a couch. I like the stooges at home doing chores, getting into mischief. I don't need to see them in the Foreign Legion or whatever it is. I don't need to see them in the part of the cavalry in the Old South. I don't need to see them. I mean, I watch them, when they do the knights in shining armor, or, they go back into the days of knights. I don't need that. Ghosty agrees with my listing. I probably go with Stooges last too. Interesting. Yeah. A few years ago, I went to the Laurel and Hardy Museum in Cumbria, where Stan Laurel grew up. I thought Steve Coogan played him very well in the biopic. So did I. I thought it was exceptionally well. Both actors were very good in that biopic. The anthology runs out of steam toward the end. Even the members sort of walk on eggshells toward the end. I don't agree with that. Yes, Don is stable, but a victim of his own mindset. Bingo. I do feel bad for whatever the rest was. What the hell is a zoetrope? It's a record album that when you look at it and when you listen to it, it kind of like these designs that move, but you have to look at it. I don't know if you have to look at it through a phone app or something to get it to move, to see it. It's like a picture disc that animates when it's spinning on the turntable. Do I have the Joan Jett album, Good Music? Yes, I bought it the day of release. The day of release. I was a big Joan Jett fan in the 80s, and I couldn't wait for every new album. And I bought Good Music when it was released in 1986. I think it was October of 86. I'm not sure, but whenever it was, near the end of 86. Could have been December too, Are the headaches eye strain? The doctor didn't say they were, but let's put it this way. I think that could be a problem. I'm on this phone all day long. I'm on this phone all day. I'm looking at it with the eyes. I'm also looking down. See, you don't understand this. I do that. I hear in the back. I go like that. I'm looking down all day. But don't forget also, when I was a mailman delivering mail for 30 years, I had a mail bag on the shoulder, and I was looking down, going through letters like this all day. As you walk, you look down and you get the addresses. So there you go. But eye strain, I definitely need new glasses, and I think that could only help. It can only help. But man, this neck, I got to get neck exercises. I don't know. Just squeeze the nose pads on your glasses. It'll make it right higher on your nose, and you can see better. Yeah, I sometimes just go like that, and they stay there for a little while, but then eventually, yeah, I know what you mean. You see me doing it, right? You see me rushing to do it, James, right? No. I bought the first two Harrison zoetropes. Thankfully, I sold them before I got hooked on collecting them. Thank God I don't care about them. Otherwise, I'd want to get them all. The zoetrope, right. The zoetrope moving discs that we're talking about cannot be seen on a turntable with the naked eye. Exactly. Do you have a go-to comfort movie every Halloween? Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein is my most comfort movie for Halloween. I have all kinds of comfort movies that I like. Yes, my favorite Laurel and Hardy short is Helpmates. I know it well. When Ali gets Stan to help him clean his house and ends up burning it down. Also, Me and My Pal with the Jigsaw Puzzle. Two very good episodes. I know them. I know those well, and they're good. Exactly. Wow, it's amazing that people remember this. I forgot to mention this. I'm glad you did. Good Music was my first ever CD back in 1986. The first CD I ever owned was Joan Jett and the Blackhearts' Good Music. Dawn of the Dead is, for me, Creepshow is my comfort blanket movies. I've never seen Creepshow. I know, I've seen Dawn of the Dead. Am I correct that Disney Plus is broadcasting Anthology over 9 separate days? I don't know how many days it is. I know it's Disney Plus, but I don't know if it's 9 days. I'm thinking it's not 9 days. It's less than that, I think. One imprint in my brain is the Three Stooges episode with the yodeling cowboy song. Yes, indeed. I think I know the one you mean. Glasses are so expensive now. You're not kidding. Everything is. And all I could say again is I got new glasses. I went to a place. I got new glasses. I put one pair on. I didn't like the frames. Brought them back. We tried a second frames. I didn't like those either. I said, just give me my money back. And I stuck with these old glasses. And I didn't like the vision. It takes a while to get used to new glasses too. So. Yeah, if you love Amicus and Hammer, you will love Creepshow. I'm sure I will. I'm sure. I know there's one episode, something to do with bugs, I think, coming out of the mouth or something like that. Interesting having Leslie Nielsen in a horror role in that. Yeah. All right, I'm caught up. I am caught up. 45 minutes, almost 46 minutes. Let's see if we can keep going, Let's see if we can keep going. You always know when you get to a chat and it starts to become a lull and it starts to get stagnant, You always can tell when that's happening. That's happening right about now, 45 minutes in. Let me just see. I want to see if I got a message here. Bear with me a second. Okay. Would you ever use a Ouija board? I'm superstitious. I wouldn't use one, but I did use it when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I used to fool around with the Ouija board, but I wouldn't do it now. I only need glasses for reading. Thankfully, there's the dollar store. I always wonder about that because don't you have to kind of like get your eyes properly prescribed? Yeah, I remember watching Tales from the Crypt. I've got all the episodes back there. Got them all back there. First group of shelving. I've watched 2 episodes out of the whole series so far. Lots of stuff. Why didn't I do it tonight, right? Why don't I do it tonight? Yeah, I love slasher movies, but I remember being bored to death with the original Prom Night. They remade it. Why, I don't know, but Prom Night to me is one of the worst slasher films. Jamie Lee Curtis is in it also, I believe. I prefer my horror movies from the 30s and 40s. You and me both. I like horror movies from the silent era, the 1919, 1920, all the way till today's movies, horror. I went to the drugstore and got some readers, and I took a tape measure. It measured the distance between my TV and me, and used it to watch my TV and YouTube. Isn't that fascinating? It's amazing the things you can do these days. Do you think there'll be a Jaws 60, or is that it now until Jaws 100? Oh, there'll be a Jaws 60. I think Jaws it was very successful, by the way, when they put Jaws in the movie theater for the 50th anniversary. It's very successful. And I think it'll come back every few years. I don't think they're going to wait 10 more years. I think, what I think? I think it would be great to put Jaws in a movie theater every summer forever, for like, even if it's 1 day or 3 days, 3 days, or 1 weekend every year, one summer weekend, 3 days for a week. I think you could do that. I saw the first Jeepers Creepers in the movie theater. It was okay. I never saw any of the other ones. And yes, before anybody brings it up, I know the director or whatnot, it was a criminal or whatever, but I just watched the movie. I didn't know about that. The Lull of Kintyre. Okay, there you go. They should release Meatballs in the theater for summertime. You're talking about with Bill Murray? I don't think I've ever seen it. I saw a lot of those, cheesy kinds of movies of that vintage. But that one, for some reason, no. Trading Places. I saw that in the movie theater too. All right. What was the last album you bought at the record store? Mine was Ringo. I can't remember the last one I bought. Honestly, can't remember. Definitely the oldies are better. Cheney Sr. and Jr., Karloff, Lugosi, Lee, and Cushing. You got it. I find that when I reduce the size of my collection, I suddenly seem to find many things in the collection more interesting and fun to listen to. Maybe having too much makes me overwhelmed. Yeah, a lot of people say that. If you can reduce your collection down, yeah, get all the dead weight out of there. Just keep the most essential, crucial stuff. Yeah. Still 90 here. Time for Halloween weather. Oh, I'm so glad. You know what? Today, Matthew, we had like 50 degrees. The last 2 days I went out there and it was chilly. It wasn't really cold, just a little chilly. And I had to grab my jacket. I hate that. Okay, I hate it. Luckily, the temperature went up to 80 today. But pretty soon we're going to have to be constricted by heavy coats and crap like that. When I cook, I don't cook. You must know that. I don't cook. I don't have a specialty. I think I can boil water and make pasta very well. No, I don't know. I don't have a specialty. The Unknown, yes. If you're talking about the 1927 Lon Chaney movie with Joan Crawford, yes, that's a very good movie. Meatballs did not age well. I remember loving it as a kid, but when I watched it a few years ago, it was horrible. Yeah, Beware the Snow. Yeah, don't need a jacket for 50. I don't go by the number. I don't care whether it's 30 degrees or 80 degrees or 50, whatever I feel like I need a jacket, I put a jacket on regardless of what the temperature is. I don't ever need to see that again. Some of those peanuts like Charlie Brown. Oh, Tom wants to come up. Great. Charlie Brown Christmas and The Great Pumpkin and all that. I liked them a lot when I was a kid, but I don't really need to see them anymore. I'm going to send Tom a link. Just give me a second here. This only takes a moment, folks. It only takes a moment, folks. There we go. Here we go. Let's go 65 degrees, Marcus? It's up there. So many of us would start a Classics Movie House if we won the lottery, yeah. Have the Who finished now? Is that it? It ought to be. How many times are they going to do their final shows and final concerts and all that jazz? Keeping all my collection. Once I'm gone, someone can toss it to the curb, whatever they want to do with it. I'm with you there. I made videos. I made a video on that on the channel about retirement. Check out the channel. Subscribe to this channel here. Mayo's Retired Life below. I made a video like what happens to your collection, your junk after we die. And I'm with you. I don't give a shit. I'm going to enjoy what I want. I'm going to have what I want. And if, God forbid, I die, people have all this to deal with, call somebody in, toss it to the curb, give it to charity, sell it, make money for yourself, please. That's what I hope happens. Whoever survives me, my loved ones, sell the stuff, Oh, wait a second here. What was I thinking here? I didn't know Tom was also involved in this. Hold on. This is going to be exciting shit. Tom.
Joe.
What's going on? Are you at the show tonight?
How you doing?
You're going to the show?
Yeah. You didn't know? I thought I told you that.
I can't remember what I had for breakfast. Pizza.
But yeah, it's the Allegiant Stadium right now, and trying to get there. You go.
That is freaking amazing. Thanks for the live shot. Is the time the same over there? I mean, I don't know about times.
It's 2:00 right now.
It's 2:00, 3 hours different. Are you going to try to see Paul arrive?
Yes.
It's worth it. It's worth
I
it.
know.
You just got to find the spot. And you got the spot, you think? Where he's
Yeah,
going to be
I kind of know. Yeah, because I've worked at the stadium for 3 months, before I moved back to Michigan, so I know my way around. So
Oh, fantastic.
so the spot I kind of know. So
Looks like you got some nice weather there.
it's look at that, blue skies, baby.
Yeah, that's great.
75 and blue skies.
Right now, I'd like to be there, and I'd love to hear him do help to start the show.
What's
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll see. Who knows? Because sometimes he changes up the opening song. So we'll see.
maybe he'll do Nowhere Man.
Yeah. I'm the walrus.
I know the answer to this already. We're not going to start this up again. Is Tom bothered by him singing help? No, I'm sure. And,
No.
for all my videos, I'm not even upset about it. I mean, I made too much out of it at first, but basically, like I said, I'm a fanboy. I want to see. I'll get all excited if I saw Paul do that. I just try to think it a little more.
Right.
Then after I get done with the excitement, I think about it a little more. Doesn't mean nothing.
No, but I and I am a little torn here and there about whether or not he should say, well, this is a tribute for John, or whether or not, because I will agree that he can be petty from time to time, but otherwise, I don't think it's a big deal.
Well, I would like him, hopefully, for this show to say that he dedicates this opening song to me and Mr. Mayo. That would be nice.
Yeah, but you know what? It's so difficult to do for an opening song. You can't just come out and say, okay, this is for John or Joe.
No,
you want to come out. You want to come out and just start playing the actual song.
Tom, you have any interest in the new Springsteen film?
I've never been a big Springsteen fan, so no.
What's your interest in biopics in general?
I mean, it just depends on who they're doing it on.
Well, I mean, some I've liked, some I haven't liked. I like the Bob Dylan one quite a bit.
Right.
So,
yeah, some are better than others.
Let me see.
But if I don't like, I mean, like I said, I'm not the biggest Springsteen fan, so I'm not going to go see it.
Animal House or Porky's? Well, put it this way: I love Animal House, and Porky's I only saw once in the theater when it came out in the '80s. That's how old I am. So I don't. I have it actually here. I have it on a cheap dollar Blu-ray. And the Blues Brothers movies, I'm ashamed to say I've never seen. So, how about you? Can you read Can you read these?
Yeah, all three are good, but I mean, my two favorites would be Animal House and Porky's, and I'd probably take Porky's over Animal House.
Oh, interesting. Do you ever play the lottery by picking numbers? Yeah, I do. A lot of times when I play, I don't pick numbers. I just do the quick pick, let the machine pick it. I don't really go crazy with that. But okay, this is good for Tom. Are there any newer movies you would consider a classic? Well, I mean, I guess it could be a classic.
Yeah. The movie that came out last year called Conclave. Hold on. Yeah, I mean, there's quite a few movies that I would consider a classic. Yeah.
Back to Paul McCartney. I don't know if it's the same everywhere, but I think he always arrives around the 4 o'clock-ish mark. Yes. Around that.
Yeah.
You got a couple hours.
So so people are starting to line up now for the sound check. So we got Ted and Dane here, who are part of our Discord family. They're here. Andy and Joan are on their way.
Okay. Are you going into the sound check? You got the VIP? You going into the?
No, I didn't. But I just came in early to hang out with to hang out. So.
Okay, that's a good idea, especially if it's a nice day. If it's a nice day, you got people to talk to. What the hell?
Yep. Yep. Exactly.
Maybe see Paul go in.
Yeah, because this isn't going to happen in Minneapolis or any of the other places, So and plus it's so nice. Like I said, it's beautiful out right now.
Recommendations? Any more recent horror films that have that gothic classic Hammer vibe? I'd have to think about that. I've been seeing some modern horror films that I like. Just check out my Mr. Cinemayo channel, I guess.
Yeah, I mean the movie Longlegs has a little goth in it.
Yeah. Paul should fake everyone out by just playing Rolling Stones songs. Paul should open with the No song.
Yeah.
I'd love it if Paul came on singing When We Was Fab. So would I, actually. Andy.
Andy's walking up here in a minute.
Well, if he wants to come on, that'll be my guest. It all depends on what Paul's. Oh, yeah, well, yeah, well, we don't know. We don't know. That's why I don't like to go too heavy on this right now. Yeah, what his intentions are. I said in my last video, if I was going to bet money, I'd bet it's just to do it and have a good time and
Right.
impress the audience to make the audience happy.
Plus he gets paid.
Yeah.
It's paid too.
I mean, that other stuff about, reclaim in his mind, I don't know, maybe in his mind he's thinking that, I don't know.
Right.
Do you go for dollar burger from a vendor, or will he go for a gourmet meal?
Depends on, I mean, for a burger, I mean, I'll pay good money for a good burger.
Okay. I don't have any thoughts on Taylor Swift's new album. Sound check, See Moon and Jet.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll open with Working Class Hero.
Yeah.
Who normally plays at that stadium?
This is where the football team, the Raiders, play.
Are you going to get video, Mr. Tom?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to try to do little videos.
Okay, good.
You live?
This whole thing about, there he is. There he is, Andy. Hello, Andy. Andy's joining it. The
Joe.
2 legs here. 2 legs. Good to see you. I'm very jealous of this. It's a beautiful day, and it looks like it's going to be fun.
It's starting to break up, so I'm probably going to head out. So the connection's not that best right now.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
How are you?
What is this, number 105? Is
No,
this
is that
105?
Joe?
Is this 105?
I can't hear you.
Okay, it's concert 105.
Oh, yes.
Yes, 105.
Yes.
Yeah. Have a great time. I'm excited about him doing help no matter what I say. I don't care. Trust me. I'd be like a fanboy. All right. So I'll see you.
Hi, Joe.
I think see you later. Sometime at the fest or something. All right. Paul is too scared to curse singing Working Class Hero. Well, wait a minute. I saw Paul up close in 1992, and he was cursing all the way through Big Boys Bickering. He debuted Big Boys Bickering with the F-bomb in it. So I saw Paul cursing there. How come you're not with them, Joe? I'm not with them because I don't have the money, and it's all the way in Nevada. If this was New Jersey or New York or something, I'd go there. I'm keeping my eyes on Tom in the bottom to see if he comes back on or anything. Let's find out. Okay, I think he's gone. How about a sound check of Loop, First Indian on the Moon? I actually like that. I like that instrumental, or what you want to call it. I've always accepted Paul playing some of John's songs as nothing but playing a Beatles song sung by one of the Beatles, nothing more, nothing less. That's what it is, whatever makes you happy. Like I say, on the surface level, I'm happy. I'd be like a little fanboy. I'd be like, oh, this is so freaking great. He's actually doing it. It's great. I would have a good time. But I have a channel here, and the channel is about dissecting and talking and analyzing and so on. So I think I'm going to say yes. Doesn't Paul play lead guitar and Let Me Roll It? I think so. I take it that John never sang any of Paul's songs. Well, see, that's not what it's about. In 1974, John joined Elton John on stage at Madison Square Garden, Thanksgiving. And he sang I Saw Her Standing There, which is mostly Paul. And he said when he introduced the song, I'd like to do a number from an old estranged fiance of mine called Paul. So he actually gave him the nod, and that was perfect. And back in 1974, nobody was singing Beatles songs. I mean, George did In My Life very badly, but, in concert, the Dark Horse tour. But it was very rare and unusual to ever hear the Beatles, any of the Beatles as solo artists, do a Beatles song live. 1974 and 2025 are two very different things, I think. There you go. Maybe they'll do that one next, maybe. Okay. Yeah, this was pretty good. I think I'm going to end it here, folks, this particular week. This has been really good. I had a great time. It was nice of Tom to pop in, and we got to see Andy, too, a little bit of Joan. They are really going to enjoy the show tonight, and I'm really excited that to have them here and that they were going to see them on a beautiful day. It's freaking fantastic. I wish I was there, but I don't have that moolah right now. So anyway, thank you all for stopping by. This is a little shorter show than usual, but I'll be back doing this next week. Please subscribe to my other channels. Once more, I'll flash them. I know you're all subscribed. First of all, my movie channel and television, movies, TV, nostalgia, pop culture. Mr. Cinemayo. Think of cinema and then add mayo with it. Mr. Cinemayo. My lifestyles channel, which is not just retirement. I may change this title. Are you surprised? Mayo's Retired Life, which is basically me trying to eat better, which I sometimes am and sometimes not. Eat better, keep walking, exercise more, deal with the crazy world we live in today, the 21st century. Rant videos, if you like rants when I go off. There's all kinds of topics. Okay, so thank you all. And I really appreciate it. And that's it. So, saying goodbye to everybody here, saying goodbye. All right. Thank you, everybody. Talk to you again very soon.